everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm glad you're here because you're listening to the most wholesome Nintendo podcast on the internet. It's the Nintendo Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend Console Caito, the sauciest potato, and on our journey today, Pokemon has arrived, and I think that it's really good. I actually have no idea what Caito thinks of this game. We were totally wrong about it on the Metacritic guess that we did a couple weeks ago, so jump on into the Nintendo Drive. Here we go!
Hi, Sean.
I am feeling better, Caito. You better watch out. How are you doing?
Okay, two things. Number one, I just noticed that my name is Cairo.
Cairo.
On the show notes.
That's a classic.
That's good.
Classic autocorrect from the phone. Yeah.
And number two, excuse me, but we were both so wrong about the Metacritic score.
We were both wrong. You didn't.
Are you
were wrong.
kidding me?
You were. I mean, I was wrong. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I was pretty far off.
That's
You were pretty
what
close.
I wanted to hear.
You were pretty close.
I was spot
You were
on
very
until
close.
literally today.
Oh, really? What is it now?
I looked. The Metacritic score today is an 84.
Oh, okay.
It's been an 85 this whole time until today.
Well, let's say by Price is Right rules, you kind of, you're over. You're you're within $1, but you're over. So therefore, I won. I could have guessed it was going to score 1. So we'll let the audience decide. I don't know if you are closer, but Price is Right rules kind of trumps everything.
Which score are you looking at?
I'm looking at Metacritic. I'm looking at Metacritic, which says 84.
Okay.
But there's also OpenCritic, and I'm not entirely sure what the difference is.
What is that?
I don't know. OpenCritic. I guess it's like a Metacritic, but it's open. I don't know.
We can go with that one. We can go with OpenCritic. I like that.
What does this one say?
85.
That's actually amazing. Well, look, I'm a part of a couple of fantasy leagues where you kind of pick a bunch of games and you hope that they score really well. And I just did not know what to make of this game. But I have something to say about this. I will own my own sort of like, ultimately I make my own decisions. I am the master of my own destiny. However, there was a lot of fear mongering going on with this game when the Pokemon community, and there was a bunch of stuff that they showed us and everybody was like, ooh, I don't know if this looks good. I am so happy with this game first and foremost. And I don't even know what to do about it. I just want to call it out that we were all a bunch of like, I don't know. You're kind of
negative Nancy's.
Negative Nancy's. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, about Pokemon. And I don't know if we really had reason to. I want everybody to reflect on that a little bit. Did we really have reason to doubt this game? It promised to be a bit of a Breath of the Wild with Pokemon, and we'll get into it, I think, on whether or not that's the case. But goodness gracious, I was worried that the Pokemon community was going to come down on this, and that's where I was guessing 78. But I own it. Look, I've been wrong a billion times before on this show. Surely I'll be wrong again.
That's true. Well, there are some people like this one. I'm just going to read this one review here. This is one of the user reviews. This isn't a critic review.
Oh, yeah.
But someone wrote, they scored it a 0.
Okay. Yep.
And they said a 7, but 0 to balance with people giving it a 10.
Oh, my God.
What?
Okay.
How can you do that?
That is unbelievable. I guess like some of these like critic reviews, IGN 7 out of 10, what is it? GameSpot did 8 out of 10, Game Informer 8.8. Like the people like it. People seem to really like it. And I was really, when those review scores started coming out, I was so happy because it was a day or two before the game actually came out. So I got all the excitement out of that thing. And we can talk about whether or not people think that review scores matter. I feel like they still do. I feel like even like us talking about Metacritic kind of proves that review scores still matter. Because I really do think a lot of us made a bit of if we were on the fence, it pushed us over to go buy it. I was going to buy this thing no matter what. I was going to make up my own mind and let people, because to play the influencer rule, I wanted to do that. But
Well, most of I would say all of my Discord community plays Animal Crossing. And a lot of those people solely play Animal Crossing. And let me tell you, it has been a lot of Pokemon. We had to make an entire Pokemon channel because everyone was talking about Pokemon.
That's a big deal.
Every other thing. So yeah, there's so many people who have gotten it. I've had so many people say, I purchased it. I posted a Let's Play of me playing, the first hour or so.
And you didn't lose subscribers or anything?
I posted it on my second channel.
Oh, snap.
Ooh.
Oh.
My second channel. Casual Caito, if you want to go follow over there. Only go follow if you want to watch me play other games that aren't Animal Crossing. That's what I've been telling everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've had a lot of people say, hey, we bought it because we like it. It's a lot of people's first game other than Animal Crossing, which I think is really cool.
That is super cool. I think we have questions about it. I'll leave more thoughts. I'll save it for the pod.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the pod.
We'll save it for later in the pod. Yeah, let's let's
Got
clean
excited.
out the garage a little bit. We're talking already too much about Pokemon. So just another reminder, as always, you can listen to the Nintendo Drive and all of the Yumi and Capri podcast content over on YouTube, youtube.com/Yumi Capri. We do have a comment of the week from Magic Time with Victoria, who says, I have a sort of random question for you guys. Which Pokemon game would you give to a first Pokemon player? Which one do you think is best? Start with Arceus or something different like Shining Pearl, Brilliant Diamond, or maybe even something older?
I have to admit, Magic Time with Victoria. I've been talking about this for a long time. I'm new to Pokemon. I've always wanted to get into it. I've never really done it. My first game actually was Pokemon Go, if you can even count that. And that's where I really started to even just come to know the different Pokemon. I've tried in the past. I think technically my first one was X and Y on the 3DS. And I was catching all these things. I didn't know what the heck it was. I didn't have any attachment to the Weedle or to the Wurmple or whatever the heck. I had no idea. And it was playing Pokemon Go with my kids actually that got me excited about it. We started picking our favorites and actually putting a name to the design of the Pokemons, and I got attached to it in that way. So I would kind of throw it out to that as a bit of a good way to get into it, maybe a bit of an outside of the box kind of answer to the question. But I don't know. I feel like you have thoughts, Caito, on the random encounters of Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond.
Yeah. Here, I would say this. I feel like what's going on right now with Pokemon Arceus, not that it's super rare, but it's such a fun thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
When a game is so hyped up and the community is all about it. Everyone's excited.
Yep.
So even if you've never played a Pokemon game before, I feel like this is the perfect one to start with.
I agree.
There's so much buzz about it right now. You have other people to talk to about it, other people who can help you with stuff. And then after this one, really you can jump in with literally any of the other games because they are all exactly the same in their, not in their storyline, but it's the same concept each time. This one is a completely different thing.
I'm curious for anybody who, obviously that will happen. There will be some people out there where this is their first Pokemon game. And if they go back, I wonder what that experience will be like. Because I think a lot of the elation for people is oh, this is refreshing. Thank goodness they've kind of advanced the model and the formula here. But I wonder if you were to start with Arceus and go back, are you going to be disappointed and go really? This is what you guys have been excited for the last couple decades? What the heck is going on here?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll be nice to go back and have more of a linear experience.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You can definitely get lost in this one. I'm not to get too far into it, but I kind of just like throwing my Pokemon at trees. And I don't know why that's satisfying to me, but I like collecting materials around the world for whatever reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yep. And we're going to talk about Pokemon some more. But first, you can support the show and get early access and exclusive perks at patreon.com/Yumi Capri. And we want to thank our newest supporters, Rebecca, Dad's After Dark Show, Nick Metzger, and Court Lalonde. And now we have over 69 patrons. And Sean, you're going to draw a picture of Ryan Turford on a moose?
That was the deal. Did you see it on Twitter? That's where, like, this is just an explosion of support. And I just want to quickly say thank you to everybody who's been there already and everybody who's joined up. We've seen just a real nice surge of support on the Patreon, which is absolutely lovely. And it powers everything that we do. And I posted on Twitter last night, you know, a couple of years ago, Bobby Pauls, if you look at his timeline, which I do from time to time, he at one point wanted somebody to draw Ryan Turford on the moose. Ryan Turford is my co-host on the Xbox Drive. And he just said, like, he put it out there, will somebody draw Ryan Turford on a moose? And I thought, like, let's just do something silly. Let's throw it out there. Let's get to 69 patrons because I'm a child. And we blew right past it, actually. So all patrons will be getting a drawing by me of Ryan Turford on a moose. I think Bullwinkle will be involved if anybody knows anything. But do you know what Bullwinkle is?
Of course.
Caito? Okay, I didn't know if it was a Canadian thing. I never know what crosses over. Because I think there was like a Canadian guy in it. Like, wasn't there like a sergeant something or other? I don't even know. I think there was like a Mountie, like a royal. Do you know what a Mountie is?
No.
It's like our national, like our police. They're like, they used to they would ride horses. They got kind of funny.
They ride moose?
They have a funny hat. No, but I might make Ryan be a Mountie. Riding a moose.
Do you see moose randomly? Like, do you ever just see moose?
It's not common where I am, but yeah, like you can. There's kind of like a highway close to my house, and yeah, they're out in the field and whatnot. They're terrifying.
Goodness. They are terrifying. Yeah. I saw a TikTok that was like things that are bigger than you expect them to be.
Yep, terrifying.
I didn't realize they were so big
and not like nicely proportioned or anything. Like horses are beautiful, right? Like you look at a horse or even a zebra, and like that's a majestic animal. You look like a moose, and you're just like, good God, that is a monster. What is that thing?
Are they mean?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty, but I mean, you don't want to like, I don't think that you'd want to, I feel like elk would actually be more aggressive, but I don't know.
Them.
I don't think so. And you certainly don't want to hit one with your car because apparently your car will not serve. Like you will, right. I learned this recently in life. I didn't know this. I always thought about like you hit a deer on the road and like the deer kind of like flies away. Probably not a good day for the deer, but you'll walk away. You hit a moose and it's like, you might as well run into a house. Into an actual building. Yeah. Not a good time.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're also like, they're all stilted up. Like their legs are all skinny and they're up high and they got this big hulking body. So do you know what? I think you need to look, I think moose are interesting, but you need to look up like Royal Canadian Mounted Police and get a good laugh of what those guys look like. All respect to that.
I definitely will.
They are hardcore. You don't want to mess with the Mounties, but
yeah, those
uniforms are, when you think about silly Canadians, you might think about that little uniform.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we also have an Apple Podcast review.
What?
From Neon Tiger. Pat.
What's up, Pat?
Thanks for the podcasts. If only I could put more than 5 stars for this podcast. Aww. Love listening to the Nintendo Drive every week on my drives. Keep it up. Thank you, Pat.
We will keep it up. We're not stopping.
Keep it up.
Can't stop.
Won't stop. Okay. What did we play this week? I see a lot of games here listed for you, Sean.
Yep.
So I played Animal Crossing and I played Pokemon. Those are the 2 things that I played. What did you play?
Well, my kids, I was really excited to pick up a Pokemon game and play it in front of them. But they're not a huge fan of all the reading, especially at the start. It's a lot of lore building and characters and understanding systems and blah, blah, blah. It's definitely got a lengthy kind of like tutorial phase to it. And the kids kind of bounce off of that pretty quick. Well, we'll try and bring them back in a little bit. Oddly enough, they wanted to play Mario Kart, which we played a bunch of, and they asked me to play a lot of WarioWare lately. So continuing to get my money's worth on that little mini game extravaganza.
That's fun.
It is super fun. And I don't know what it is. I continue to really like that game. I'm glad we have it. And I'm curious to know, like in 2022, like, will we get some weird random game? Like that's about as random as it gets, a WarioWare game. But yeah, that's kind of like, in addition to Pokemon Legends, those are the games that continue to be on my Switch, but also we playing that eShop game, Caito.
Of course.
There's like, it's not even like we have to say there's a sale. There are just always games that are on sale, right?
Yeah.
And I was tagged. I'm gonna look this up. I can't remember who it was exactly, but somebody tagged me in response to Rebecca, who's a host on the Nintendo Shack, and said, I blame Sean Capri because I just went to the eShop and bought Family Feud and Wheel of Fortune, I think, a bunch of these game show games. And pointed out that they got Jeopardy as well. And I'm like, I don't have Jeopardy and I'm on my way to the eShop right now. So I picked up Jeopardy, which was my intent. But then while I was there, I picked up Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 enhanced editions, Roar Jurassic Edition, thanks to your recommendation. I think that was $1.50. Mm-hmm. Star Horizon looks like a Star Fox kind of knockoff, and then Monopoly for Switch and Uno. So I am all like game showed and game. I'm set, man. It's just nobody's allowed to come over because of the Rona. We're not. We have all these like we could have the absolute perfect.
Are there any of them you can play online?
I haven't even looked. I think I have to really look at some of these, especially like
my goodness,
Family Feud.
Uno's only $4.
Yep, sure is.
Monopoly's only $10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, these were all on sale. This was not a lot of money for all these games. Yeah.
Family Feud is $10.
Yep.
There's
Family Feud is a real deal.
There's this one I keep seeing called Little Mouse's Encyclopedia. And it's $5. And just all of the little images that come up when you hover over it, they're so cute.
The things that catch our eyes.
There's a bunch of root vegetables and just a little mouse on a boat. It's so cute. I need to buy that. And then there's another one, Unpacking. I've seen a lot of people talking about this, and it's on sale right now.
It was also on Game Pass. I should try it out over there. But when I'm actually, all this aside, I am actually in love with the Pokemon game. Like, what am I even doing buying these other Baldur's Gate 1 and 2? There's like 400 hours of RPGs, like hardcore D&D role playing game from like the 90s. I have no business buying that stupid game. Like, what the heck am I even thinking? But this is me. I'm a broken human being, and I put it out there for the internet's enjoyment. What can I say?
Well, I don't know if I ever said this, but it's kind of like people who read books and people who buy books.
Oh,
those are two different hobbies.
Definitely, yeah.
Buying them and reading them. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing here. Like me buying the games, that's its own hobby.
Yep, I get a weird satisfaction out of it.
Actually playing them is different. But here's my thought. My thinking is, once I start streaming on my second channel, I would like to have just like one day a week where I play a random game.
Yep.
Just choose a different random game once a week.
Yep.
And every time I'm playing a different game. I think that would be fun just to like test out all of these different games because I would like to do that. I want to play all these games that I've purchased.
You should. I think that's a great idea. I'm right behind you on that. Like I have a bit of a deadline. I have to complete God of War on PC. It's a PlayStation game. I have to beat that before Friday. We're going to do a review of that game on the PlayStation Drive so people can subscribe to that show over there. But after that, then then I can get back to maining, I think, Pokemon, and then kind of doing exactly what you're saying. Like I want to jump on a stream and just do something else,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to stream Pokemon, and now I'm glad that I didn't because it's so much text.
Yes.
And so even during my Let's Play, like reading it all, I was just like, I don't know how I would have streamed this and read all of this while interacting with chat at the same time. That's just a lot.
People need to, they probably all already do this already, but people definitely need to be watching your streams because your little, whatever you call it, like avatar thing as a potato, your eyes and your mouth as a potato, like live animated, is one of the best things I've ever seen ever. I absolutely love it. I don't know like what you had to do that, but it brings joy to my entire life. And if you're going to do like a Pokemon kind of stream, wouldn't it be cool to put your eyes and face on or eyes and mouth on a cute little Pikachu or something? Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. You can have
I still
want to
do the Sponge Monkey.
Oh my gosh.
But I got to figure that out.
It's so good. Yeah.
Okay, well, we do have two news stories really quick. We don't focus on the news here, but we do have two things to talk about. MLB The Show 22 is coming to Nintendo Switch for the first time ever on April 5th, and it will feature cross-save, cross-play, and cross-progression across all consoles.
Pretty big deal.
That's a big deal. I'm shocked that Nintendo is allowing this.
Well, even so, like this is a game that has a storied history on PlayStation. Actually, is made by a studio that Sony owns, and this actually a lot of people were commenting online as well. Like this is something that Bobby Pauls, the Nintendo guru, would have loved to see. He's a huge baseball fan, and to see really this is the best baseball game on the market. So for it to come to Switch it's just really massive. And you think about when we were all whining and complaining on the Wii U days, we all talked about like third-party support. Where are the third-party games? Like this is one of those big deals. It'll be interesting to see how it runs. I'm not sure how that's all going to work out. But I love the cross-save, cross-play. Like that is phenomenal. So adding the Switch to that mix is great because you can play on your Xbox or PlayStation and then Switch on the go, and you just kind of pick it up where you left off on your last console. That's kind of next level.
That is cool. But here's the question. How is it going to run?
That's what I'm wondering.
Seems like a pretty, graphic intensive game.
I would take even like Stickman, just, but yeah, you're right. It's especially with the cross play, cross save, like that to me says it's the same game. Right, where you have games like FIFA and others where you have modes that are completely taken out, like it's kind of neutered versions. This seems like they're getting parity there, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Goes.
Yep, very cool.
And a popular video game music YouTube channel receives 1,300 copyright claims from Nintendo.
Did you see?
This to me is ridiculous, honestly. They're not even monetized, first of all.
Sure.
It's not even a monetized channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's just frustrating. And this just kind of solidifies every time I'm looking for music for my videos. A lot of people have always told me just use some Nintendo gameplay music.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
And this is the reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think unless you're playing the game in the video, you can't use it. But even then, like, what if they start copyright claiming people who are just playing the games?
Right. This reminds me, I think we got a question from, I think it was Heather a couple weeks ago talking about like, what's the difference between like streaming Nintendo content versus other stuff? And we're like, I think they've moved on from the whole like copyright strike stuff. And then this story came up and made me think of that. And yeah, to your point, you stream primarily Nintendo content. I wanted to look into this one a little bit though, Caito, because the channel really is, I'm torn on it. The videos that the copyright claims are on is basically just like the songs. Like they've posted complete soundtracks and those are the videos. It's like each individual song for all these games. The Legend of Zelda and a whole bunch of others. And so, yeah, he's not monetizing the videos or they're not monetizing the videos, but perhaps some other videos on the channel are monetized. So does this get them subscribers that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get to then go watch other monetized videos? Is like the only thing I'm trying to like really think about this, like from Nintendo's perspective. The other side of it, I'm going to play devil's advocate to my own point there, which is I just want, if somebody else can't do this, can Nintendo
make
just
it?
Make it?
Yeah.
Because those tracks and that music is excellent. And that should be something people can go find, just listen to an entire soundtrack from GoldenEye 64 or Super Mario Kart or whatever it is. That's something that should exist on the internet because it's the internet,
Yeah. I guess I'm just confused. Did they get the videos taken down or they just claimed it? Yeah, no, they're
pretty much taken down. Yeah, if you go to the channel, I think like the last time, a lot of them are taken down to the point where the latest videos, I think, are like from years and years ago. So I think all these things that have been taken down were a little bit more recent, like Mario 3D World, Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Like there's so many. Mostly Mario really is kind of the clip that we've seen here, but 1,300 individual claims. Each video was its own song. And yeah, so I'm torn on it because I want this on the internet. I understand that each individual video isn't monetized, but I could see how that was like, really, this person's got like 460,000 subscribers or something. So it's a massive channel that they're kind of targeting here. And yeah, like a lot of, I think, interesting conversations about it. The person on Twitter, Gilva Sunner is the Twitter handle. And I guess some people are calling, like, really attacking this person. I don't think anything ever calls for that sort of thing. But I do think it's a little bit more complex than just let them have the non-monetized videos up there. I don't know. I don't know about that either.
I don't know what the right answer is. I mean, I think the right answer is Nintendo needs to put it up there.
Yeah. Yes.
I just wish music is so complicated on YouTube. It's so complicated and stressful.
Yeah.
And that's why I just continue to use the same music because I'm like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it. I'm just going to continue to use the same stuff.
Yeah.
So
just get your pots and pans out, make your own music.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it'll probably sound great.
Okay, well, before we get into these questions,
yes,
let's talk. I say we talk some more about Pokemon.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that.
So let's talk about it.
Okay.
So I, to be fair, have only played like 2.5 hours worth of gameplay.
Yep.
So I'm still very early on. But I think I've played enough to know that I love it.
Yeah.
And
that's so good.
You remember last week I told you this was their last chance.
That's right. Yes.
And they nailed it.
Yes.
And they nailed it. And I'm so excited about it.
Me too.
Like all I can think about is how much I want to play, but because I'm doing a Let's Play series, I don't want to play not recording.
Right.
So it just makes it harder for me to find time to do it.
Yep.
So I'm hoping once I get through like the storyline, then I can just kind of play on my own separate, or maybe my Let's Play is just going to be broken up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
These are the things that content creators kind of have to think about. And sometimes you don't even know how you're going to approach it until you get the game and you start playing it. Like, I think that's one of the harder considerations of it all. Right. But I'm so glad that you think that they nailed it, because I am right along with you, like almost to an impossible and maybe even irrational kind of way. Even we knew this going in, that it had similarities in the way it was presented to Breath of the Wild. And there's probably a lot of reasons that it's not similar to Breath of the Wild. But like, I feel like the art style is similar in its kind of like almost kind of hand-drawn through, like cell shaded kind of look to it. I know a lot of people are not really loving the graphics of it, but I think it looks actually beautiful. The music makes me think of Breath of the Wild. Even the font and the menu systems make me think Breath of the Wild. So I'm getting a lot of feels when I play this game, and just the freedom. I mean, I just run around and can be completely distracted from what I'm actually supposed to be doing. And that's such an awesome feeling, because I'm doing things that I feel like they matter. And it's such a huge difference from what we were just playing with Diamond and Pearl, where I could get lost and it's completely wasted time. I felt like I would be going in the wrong direction. I'm not like accomplishing anything or adding anything, but the land that's out there, there's materials for me to go capture, the apricorns and all these things that you then start crafting, which is amazing. And I can do all that without even paying attention to what the navigation is trying to get me to go see next. So
bulk crafting, I might add.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You guys still want that in Animal? You think that's still going to happen in Animal Crossing anytime soon?
No.
Probs.
We're never getting that.
Yes. Hit down and then just max out how many Pokeballs you make.
Yes. What a concept.
I know, right?
And you don't even have to watch a graphic of you making it.
I know.
It's just automatic. It just pops into your pocket.
That's
and
so
I don't
funny.
feel like I've missed anything by not having little graphic of him creating it.
And even it seems this is not quite as advanced as like Breath of the Wild, where like you connect like a metal thing to some electricity and it creates like a circuit. Like I don't think that there's anything that deep here, but just like you're running around and you have the ability to either throw a Pokeball at a wild Pokemon and catch it, or throw a Pokemon at that other wild Pokemon, or set of materials that you want them to collect. And it just makes it seem that much more fluid and real, like I'm actually in the world, rather than what the experience I think so far in Pokemon has been like, I'm going to be jolted into a battle sequence and that's when the Pokemon appear. You know, it's as if I was really there and I had a Pokemon in my pocket and I'm going to throw it out. That's exactly how it would play out is in this game. And that's so satisfying to me. Because it's all in real time, I feel. It's probably the biggest thing. Yeah.
And the complexity of adding a Pokemon to your Pokedex and all of the different tasks you have to do in order to do that, plus like the leveling system. Like there's just so much.
Yep.
I'm shocked by how much. And like it is, because before you would just find one and that's all you had to do. You find one and they're added. No, this one you have to find them, you have to defeat them, you have to catch multiple, there's all these different tasks that are specific to each different type of Pokemon that you have to do to add them to your Pokedex, and I love it.
Can I ask a really dumb question? Because I am loving that too. And somebody smarter than me had compared that almost to like a battle pass where it's just, you're going to be doing so many things that are, to me, it's probably a bit of a grind, but still very satisfying because I can do all these different things. With each Pokemon, it adds replay value to it. I have a dumb question. I don't know how to add the Pokemon I'm catching. I'm not seeing as like an option to add to my party. And maybe I'm just still too early on and I haven't quite figured that part out, but I have a bunch of Geodudes. I have a bunch of all these different guys, and I am stuck with a bunch of Starlies and kind of the early ones. Got a couple Shinx.
Okay. This might be an option like in your menu system, but I know it's an option if you go back to Jubilife Village.
Yep.
There's a place where all your Pokemon are in this ranch. Have you been there yet?
Oh, yeah. No, well, yes, but I don't think I've actually pulled that. That totally makes sense.
And you can go there and you can shift them from the ranch to your party and you can kind of organize them there. I don't know if you can do that anywhere else, but that's where I was able to do it earlier today.
I've tried doing that literally everywhere else and haven't seen it. So that makes sense that that's realistic. Like that's where they are. Like they're not just like somewhere else in your pocket that you can then make part of your party. It all really works. And even, have you come across any of the alpha Pokemon? The big ones with the red eyes?
I think I saw one. Yeah. And it tried to kill me.
They attack you.
It was very rude.
You have health. You're a character in this thing. It's not just your Pokemon battling. Like you can really get messed up in this world. I don't know. I am completely in love with it. And I will say too that some people have finished the game, Caito.
Wow. Yeah.
Some people are like, I'm done the story. I'm
Golf claps for them.
What the heck, guys? Take it easy. Like the game came out on Friday. It's like Sunday afternoon. I'm getting ready for like the week and people are like, just finished Pokemon. Like, holy cow. That's
what everyone, like all my friends are just like, I can't stop thinking about Pokemon. Like I don't want to work today. I just want to play Pokemon. It's everybody.
And I'm having fun just walking around. Like I haven't even gotten I've seen was it Weirdeer? Like I think it's probably going to be my first mount. Weirdeer. I don't know. I have zero confidence in saying and pronouncing any of these names, so they'll come out really weird. But like, I feel like that's even another level of enjoyment that is awaiting for me of traversing this giant world on top of a Pokemon. Like that looks awesome. I'm having fun on my feet right now. So yeah, man, it's really, even you advance even your moves too. Like it just doesn't seem to really get stale yet. It's still early in and it just keeps adding layers and layers of things that I'm going to be doing and paying attention to. I'm never going to be using a regular kind of quick attack over and over. Like even that can be evolved to a certain extent. You do a strong style or agility style, and even that adds to your Pokedex on all the different things that you can do or see a Pokemon do. I'm telling you, man, like they crushed it. And I'm so glad that my opinion, I think, lines up with the overall kind of where the critics stand, because I was hyped up by them and I have not been disappointed.
Yeah. Do you think this changes the future of Pokemon?
Ooh.
And how they address or continue with the series?
It's a moment, isn't it? It's kind of like what people were saying with Super Mario Maker. At that point, when you could make limitless and really crazy 2D Mario levels, like how do you make another 2D Mario game after that? This is a moment, I think, in a similar way for Pokemon. Like, how do you go back to the regular style? I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see. But I do think that at the very least, it can probably provide maybe an alternating kind of schedule that we can see in the future, where you'll have a traditional style Pokemon game, and surely they've got more to remake and remaster. And at the very least, we'll be getting those. But yeah, I do think that we'll see, probably every 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, another game like this, just massive and open-ended, and we can be looking forward to that. But I think they're maybe bigger and more complicated to put together, and I think the Pokemon Company will probably hit us with other things to spend our money on in a more traditional, more factory, just pump these games out kind of style. Does anyone
know with the Pokemon timeline?
Oh, gosh.
Is this supposed to be like the very beginning?
It seems like the beginning. Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
Everybody's afraid of these Pokemon. That's one comment I have about just the overall setting is like, there's this group that you're joining and they're like dedicated to either researching or like partnering up with these Pokemon and like, but they all suck at it. They shouldn't be, they're all terrible and like doing their jobs that have anything to do related to Pokemon. Like, why are they so impressed with me? This is just the way it goes. So, but I guess it might make sense if, this is kind of the first blending of wild Pokemon and civilization with humans. That I guess that makes sense. But
I guess we fell out of the sky, so maybe where we came from, Pokemon are normal.
Yep.
And in this place, they're not. I don't know.
Well, and they have clothes too. My character is Ellie. I've named my character Ellie, my daughter. So she came in with they're like, what is with your clothes? And it seemed more modern. It seemed kind of like a graphic tee kind of thing. So I'm guessing that's what it is. That
makes sense.
Yeah.
So does Professor Laventon call you my girl?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
It is. It's great. I did the same thing with, I do that all the time whenever I can choose, especially with these kind of like Japanese game. I did the same thing with Monster Hunter Stories. I think it was Lincoln for that one. And Ellie was in, maybe Ellie just lives in my Pokemon games. But Brilliant Diamond was Ellie as well. And I don't know why. I just love seeing this cute little chibi character, cute little anime girl just running around and everybody calls her Ellie. And it's fun for me. I don't need to be in this world. See my kids in there. It's super fun.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll be playing this for the next 6 or 7 months. Till Kirby comes out, I think is the next one. Oh
my gosh. See, already, I'm just so excited about this year. Mm-hmm. I'm just so excited. I'm also going to be I'm going to start streaming Breath of the Wild because I want to play through it again before the second one comes out. And so I'm excited about that. There's just so much going on.
It's too much.
Too much.
Just stop buying games. Stop buying new games. There's lots of whatever has come out up until this point. That's all you need. That's more than enough. Says the guy who will never do that.
Yeah, we do have some questions. These are left over from 2 weeks ago or last week. I don't know. But first question comes from Lockleth. Any plans to do an ACNH design video where Caito gives Sean a bunch of items and a general theme and then reviews how he did?
No. That would be fun. I don't know, like maybe just in a couple hours. Like you'd have to give me like a time limit. You know what it would be like? We could do it on, the show Nailed It, where they have like I think it's called Nailed It. They give these 3 contestants a challenge to like cook something or bake something, like bake a cake, and it's supposed to look amazing. It has like this great design that some world-renowned chef or baker put together. And they're like, you do this. You have 90 minutes. Now go. And they cobble it together and it always looks awful. And it's just, is it edible? And does it somewhat resemble what they're going for? I think maybe we could do that. You give me 90 minutes with a bunch of stuff and I'll put something together that looks terrible, but it'll all be entertaining maybe in the end. Yeah.
You should stream it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Let me just quit my job. If anybody can take care of that for me, that would be, then I'll do all the things.
Yeah. You can just stream full time.
That would be honestly the dream. I would love to do it.
Tell Chelsea that's what you're doing.
Chelsea! I quit!
Okay, Andrew asks, why do you think Nintendo hasn't released Pro Joy-Cons like the Hori Split Pad or the Binbok? You
love Joy-Cons. You're a Joy-Con player.
I don't think Nintendo cares.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
They're just like, here's our... Okay, I love Joy-Con.
Yes, you do.
I love them. I had to look up these things that Andrew was talking about because I had no idea what they were. They look big.
Yes.
To me. And the way I play is split Joy-Con with I don't have any kind of other device that I'm putting them in.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine playing with anything bigger. I just wish, I don't want Pro Joy-Con. I just want Joy-Con that work.
Yeah.
And that last. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've only had one. Well, actually, I shouldn't say. Maybe a couple sets have had the drift. I definitely think something a little I don't know. Heftier is not exactly what I want because I look at these and you're right. I think the exact same thing. I look at those and go, they're gigantic. They're too bulky. That doesn't even look good.
Turns it into a Game Gear.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. And I think Game Gear is just like one of the least ergonomic looking devices of all time. Like, here's
Did you ever
brick.
have one?
No,
holding it was so awkward.
I have one now. I kind of just collected a whole bunch of old stuff, you know, when I grew up older. But yeah.
And the like 8 AA batteries that it took.
How you hold 8 AA batteries just in your hand alone? And like, this is heavy. That's like the batteries alone are hefty. So no, thank you. I think I agree that Nintendo probably just doesn't care. I'm disappointed. They also have the Pro controller, and that's probably them checking off that box. If you want anything better than a Joy-Con, then there's those things. But I feel like you exemplify kind of the Joy-Con lifestyle. You play with 2 hands, completely separate, and I would like there to be a better option for playing like that, because it's awesome, especially if like as a parent who often has like a kid sitting on my lap while I play. That would be awesome to not have to, you know, wrap my arms around them and hold my controller in front of their, you know, disgusting fingers and faces and drool and whatever else. You know, I want to hide those to the side. That'd be great.
I can't imagine playing any other way.
Yeah.
Like now I can't even imagine holding a controller.
Yeah.
So
it's not good for your shoulders. It's not good for your posture. No.
Speaking of controllers, we have some questions from Snowy Mr. Black,
Ooh.
who asks, what is your all-time favorite controller for the Switch?
For me, it's the Splatoon Pro Controller, and it's not even close. The pink and green handles. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Mine is just the Joy-Con. I like my white Joy-Con.
Yeah, with the OLED.
With the OLED.
Yeah, those are pretty nice too.
Mm-hmm. They're my favorite. He also asks, what games are you hoping go on the Switch Online expansion this year?
I want UN Squadron from the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It will never happen, but I would love to see it.
Wave Race.
Oh, of course. Yes.
That's all I want.
Like every time.
Every time that question comes up, Wave Race.
Mm-hmm. Wave Race.
That's it.
Didn't we see like a leak at some point that was actually coming?
Yes.
That'd be great.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I won't believe it until I see it. Maybe it'll be in the February Direct.
Yep.
That'd be cool. Speaking of, let's talk Nintendo Direct. What do you hope to see?
I want to see a lineup for that. I actually do. I want to see like what do we have in store for that service. I think that they need to still win some people over and a bit of a roadmap to say like in this month it's going to be this and this month it's going to be this. I think that would be great. I want to see, in addition to that, I want to see Super Mario Strikers. I want that to be the next sports game. Yes. And I don't want it to be, this is my default answer. Whoever made Mario Golf, they can't be anywhere near this game. Like, get the hell out of there.
Oh my gosh.
Should I also say Star Fox? Star Fox we haven't talked about in a while. I'd like to see Star Fox come back.
Star Fox? Quit trying to make Star Fox happen.
Starfetch and Star Fox are happening. Why not even just make everybody really mad? Bring back Star Fox Zero. That'll be the latest Wii U port to come to Switch. Will be Star Fox Zero.
Yeah.
And I'm just hearing and seeing a lot of people shake their heads at me right now because people have vitriol for that game and nothing else.
I can't remember what I said last week about this because I feel like we talked about this last week or a couple weeks ago. And I don't remember what I said, but I know that I want them to confirm Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year. Mm-hmm. I want, maybe, no, that would be E3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard.
What would be E3?
Like, I want them to announce Mario Kart 9 or 10, whichever one they're going to call it. But I think that'll wait for E3.
Agreed.
Oh, what else do I want to see? Honestly, I feel like it's just going to be a lot of kind of what we already know, just more about what we already know.
I want a Zelda. I want another Zelda remake. Give me like the Twilight Princess or the Wind Waker ports. Get those over here. I could use one of those each and every year. That would be great. That would
be nice.
Yeah, last year's Skyward Sword. Give us the next one. Give us Wind Waker with inverted controls, please. At least an option for it. Goodness gracious. Can't play that game.
Speaking of Mario Kart 9, Snowy Mr. Black also asked, when do you think it's coming? And do you expect to see any new features, such as a story mode, or non-Mario characters like Smash?
Well, there are non-Mario characters in Mario Kart 9, so that they've already kind of like, you can't go back. You can't get rid of Link out of there. You can't get rid of Isabelle and all these other characters. Yeah. So that definitely is going to be a thing. I would love to see them add a story mode, because I feel like they don't really know what to make with battle mode. And I don't know if they would, I mean, really, if I'm being serious, give us an awesome battle mode. Give us just something that keeps people playing forever and ever and ever, that we all love. I think that would be great. But the core of Mario Kart is great. There's no doubt about it. But story mode would be added on. That would be amazing. And yeah, battle mode is what I would want to see for sure.
When do you think it's coming?
2029.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. This game, I don't think they've got no reason. We've talked about this a billion times before. I don't think it's this year. I really don't. 2023, the soonest, I would say. But I would love to be wrong on that too. This is the backwards philosophy. There was a reverse psychology that we do on this thing. We will things into existence by saying that they're not going to happen. So Mario Kart 9, never going to happen.
2024.
Yeah.
With the release of the next Switch.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just going to stick to that until
we need to like write there's some of these questions that we get. We need to like stick to it. We need to document this. Like, what is our response? Because
I can't remember.
We're all over the place. Every time I think it's a different, like, I don't know, could be this year. I think some of us predicted it at E3 last year.
How about next week we make predictions? Did we make predictions already?
We did. Yeah, exactly. Like we've done this. We can go back and listen to the episodes. Let's write this down and just lock it into the blockchain or whatever you call it.
You got to write it down on you need to make a little space on your board.
We need to do like a cross stitch.
About the big ones. You know
we can do
I mean?
A cross stitch.
Yeah. Just write down Mario Kart 9 when you think it's coming, when I think it's coming. Zelda, when you think
we need to lock these down. Yeah, this is getting ridiculous. And I'm a person who likes documentation, and I can't handle this like flying by the seat of our pants every single time. We got to have where do we stand? And that's what the Pokemon kind of the Metacritic guess was. We locked in our answers. That's it.
Locked. And I won. So I like locking in our answers. Okay. Last question comes from Trucker Sloth. Am I alone in wanting the next Mario Kart to be like Forza Horizon 5? You just drive around and find races, discover different karts here and there, randomly find friends to rave with. One big open world kart racer.
It's interesting. I think that at some point, every game could be kind of translated into an open world game. And if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, there's a certain fatigue to that's kind of happening. And you kind of saw that like the team over that is building Dying Light 2, they said the game is 500 hours long, and people like lost their minds. And people have been playing Ubisoft games like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, and these games are a gazillion hours long too. And there's definitely like an aversion to it. There's something that is there for a lot of people. I know people keep people engaged for a long time. But yeah, I actually kind of like Nintendo's it's stubbornness really, but in another way, it's a little bit of discipline to not just like follow all the other trends. Mario Kart continues to be Mario Kart, and it is what it is to maybe some of our frustrations. But I don't know if I want Mario Kart to go open world like that. But maybe something else could, because I like where he's going with it, because Forza Horizon 5 is one of the best games on Xbox. I love just like racing around and exploring. And we just talked about how the open world in Pokemon is awesome and we really enjoy it. But yeah, I don't know if I want my next Mario Kart to be that. I'd like that to be like kind of like, give me my next like official standalone Mario Kart experience. And then like something else could live and do that kart experience in an open world kind of thing.
I do think it needs a little bit of an upgrade though. Like especially I hate the loading screen when you're playing with other people and you're just standing on the world.
Oh yeah,
just
multiplayer.
Standing there, I can't stand that.
Oh,
so
no doubt.
That needs to be refreshed.
Yeah.
So I definitely think Mario Kart needs a change. I just don't know what it is, but not steer too far away from. They're never going to go too far away from what it is because it works.
It totally works.
So
you have to imagine too, though, you have some of these games like World of Warcraft, some of those games that are so addictive in nature, right? And Nintendo games don't really have any of those hooks, and yet they still keep us playing forever and ever and ever. And if you just think if they adopted some of those game designs to their already addictive gameplay and characters that we love and all that stuff, like we would never leave. We would like, it would ruin families, and like parents would lose their jobs and kids would fail out of school. It would be the end of society, really. So So Trucker Sloth really is what he's recommending here is the 4 horsemen are coming. That'd be the first sign. It's all happening.
All right, Sean, we finally got through all of our questions.
We can get new ones next week.
Props to us. Yeah, so where can everyone find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. And if you want to become one of the more than 70 patrons at patreon.com/Yumi Capri, you too can get a picture of Ryan Turford riding a moose.
And you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Console Caito. That is all for episode 39 of the Nintendo Drive. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, I'm going to go spend hours and hours and hours playing Pokemon Arceus.
The Nintendo Drive is fueled by patrons at patreon.com/Yumi Capri. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to the nearly 70 patrons who support us each and every month, with our special thanks to our Capremium producers, Dallas Ford, Lee Navarro, the fearless leader of the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team, and Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this show and the Xbox Drive. You can support Jonathan at youtube.com/PM Entertainment. Our platinum producers, Robbie Bobby Miller and Trucker Sloth. Our gold members, Argo, Benji Kong, Brendan Myers, Dallas Robbins, Dano, Emily O'Kelly, Foolish Fuji, Heather Boney, James Johnson, Joel Brooks, Jose Jimenez, Mac Time, Marcus O'Neill, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, RJ Kern, Skinny Matt, and Xavier Reyes. If you enjoyed this show and you'd like to support independent content, you can go to patreon.com/Yumi Capri and choose the tier that's right for you.